Let's see, we are going to start on page 4 in our notebook class, page 4. Pause the video till you get there. All right, in our word below, class, which O do we use in the second syllable? All right, in below we use ow, O. All right, so I'm going to write that on my practice paper since I already have it written, have a word written in my notebook, but on page 4, if you don't have something written in for the second sound of ow, o, and if by any chance you don't have ow, o written in, write it right now. If you don't have a word written in for the second sound of below, or the second sound of ow, o, go ahead and write below here. I have one, so I'm going to do it on my practice paper. What's the first syllable? Good, B. What kind of syllable is that? Good, an open syllable. And one more time, which O do we use in the second syllable? Good, ow, O. All right, so write it and mark it. All right, make sure it looks like that. Our next page, we'll go to page 6. All right, so on page 6, we have all of our phonograms that are 2 or more letters that make consonant sounds. All right, so you may already have something written in here again. If so, you do your practice paper. But let's see, so go to the first shaded bar, and then the second shaded bar, and then below that go down 2. Class, which phonogram is this? Good, ch, 3-letter ch, used after a single vowel that says a, or a. If you don't have this written in, write it in. And if you don't have a word next to it, write watch. But wait, before you write it, which aw do we use in watch? Good, it's not our usual aw, right? It's a, ah. Right, so go ahead and write watch and mark it. All right, make sure it looks like this. All right, nice job. All right, our next page that we're going to go to is page 10. Page 10. Again, you might have something written in like I do. If you do, just do your practice paper. All right, and at the end of our word lose, we had a silent final E. Class, which silent final E job was that we had at the end of lose? Good, it was job 5. Right, that's when we would have an S at the end of our base word if we didn't put the silent final E, and we don't want people to think that's a suffix, right? If we see S at the end, it's usually a suffix. And so then we add silent final E, job 5. All right, so I already have house written in. If you don't have anything for job 5 on page 10, we're gonna write lose there. Before you write it, class, which oo do you use in lose? Good, o, oo. And which z? Good, s, z. All right, so go ahead and write and mark lose. All right, pause the video if you're not ready yet. All right, that's what our word lose should look like. So class, I told you earlier, or I reminded us of the fancy word we have in English for opposites. Class, what's the fancy word we have in English for opposites? All right, I reminded us just because there's so many different words that we have, and I want to help us keep them straight instead of sometimes when we're in person, people start just guessing the first word that we have for literacy that they can remember. We don't want that. All right, so our word is antonyms, are words that mean the opposite. All right, so go to page 13 where we have antonyms. All right, on your first free line, let's start with writing below. Below. So what's our first syllable? Good, B, and our second syllable? Good, low. And which O do we use in below? Good, ow, O. So write below and mark it. All right, so this is below. Its antonym or opposite is, what's the antonym? Good, above. How do we say above to spell it? All right, we say above, above. So go ahead and write above. Class, is this above? It's not. Why not? Oh, English words don't end with V. What do I have to add? Oh, okay. I'll add silent final E job too. All right, and then mark it. All right. Remember, we're only going to put the thinking cap on this one because this saying at the beginning of a word, we see it so much, so it's not going to get its own thinking cap. All right, we have another set of antonyms. We have win, or sorry, we learned lose today. In class, what is the antonym or opposite of lose? Good, it's win. So we had loss and win. Those are also antonyms, but lose we would use in a different time or in a different way than we would use loss. So lose and win are also antonyms. So your next free line, let's see, let's start with win, because that one's, there's nothing to remember for win. All right, nothing to mark for win. All right, for lose, though, we have a few things to remember. Which oo do we use? Okay, good, we use a-o-oo. Which z do we use? Good, we use z, and we have something at the end as well. See if you can remember what we need at the end. Class, what do we need at the end of lose? All right, good. We've got silent final E job 5. Remember, that's making it so we don't think this is a suffix, because this at the end of a word, it usually means it's a suffix. All right. Let's see. The last thing we'll do is we'll go to the back of our notebook because we have a couple words. Before you go to the back, though, remember, class, which do we use in earth? In earth, we use, good, in earth, we use the of early. All right, find your the of early on this page. Put your finger on it. All right, there we are. So first free line, write earth and mark it. Make sure you're saying the sounds while you write them. And let's check our, all right, that's our Earth, we use which Good, the of early. All right, but we also had the word turn today. Class, if you remember which we use in turn, tell me, which is it? Okay, in turn, we use the of hurt. Find your the of hurt on this page. Good. All right, your first free line. Go ahead and write turn. Say the sounds while you write them. All right. Check it. All right, nice job, class. That's the end of this video. I'll see you in our next one.